Okay, hi, I'm Dick Smith from Wallenpaupack Elementary, Newfoundland, Pennsylvania. I'm the head custodian. Our school holds over 300 students and around 40 to 45 faculty members. We have sulfur problem in our water, our well water. It's been there for as long as I can remember, which would have been in '55 when we had the flood. It was a terrible smell. I know when I was growing up, I didn't like taking a drink of water because it stunk so bad. Really bad egg smell. And the taste wasn't so bad, but didn't want you to make you go get another drink. And that's what the system does. The sulfide in the system itself is about 630 parts per billion, which is pretty strong. These have been taken care of it great. We haven't had any smell or taste in the water at all.
Hi, I'm Tom Carmody with TC Tech. I'm the local representative for AdEdge Technologies in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. We're at the Wallenpaupack Elementary School in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania. And this is a hydrogen sulfide removal system that is removing hydrogen sulfide for the water here at the elementary school. The project started with an engineer actually over the border here in New York, Magui, Hauser, and Etzel. And Jim Farr was the engineer there. Jim had contacted me about the removal of hydrogen sulfide. He and I had worked on removal of arsenic and iron and other projects, but he'd come to trust AdEdge on removal of other analytes. So he contacted me about this project. They had a failing carbon system here. It was older. The problem was multifold. Carbon can be used for hydrogen sulfide removal and had been used here successfully. But the system was older and it was fairly expensive to maintain in that the carbon had to be replaced fairly often. It was expensive. But in addition to that, being in an elementary school and being that it had to be replaced, what was happening was that the people just weren't replacing the carbon. And so what was happening with hydrogen sulfide, you get a rotten egg smell in the water. And so the people just weren't replacing the carbon, and the water was in the elementary school smelled, and parents were having a problem with it. And so it was a fairly big public perception problem. So with this public perception problem of hydrogen sulfide and the egg smell in the water, there was a fairly aggressive schedule to try to solve the problem. And Jim trusted AdEdge, so when I told him we had experience with hydrogen sulfide removal, with the 8026, he was very interested. So we started to look at the water quality, and Jim got us some information. I believe the level of hydrogen sulfide was in the 600 to 700 range here, which was well within the range of what we could do. And it was a fairly simple process. They have to chlorinate the water here anyway, so we pre-chlorinated before the 8026 to precipitate the hydrogen sulfide. And then it goes in through the oxidative media, which is the 8026. It pulls it out. The other big element here that was very helpful was that they have a sewer system, so once the 8026 gets to the point where they have to backwash it, the backwash water has a home to go to. So there was no requirement for a backwash recycle. That's always a big element in finding a good application for the 8026, is finding a place or a home, I call it, for the backwash water. If you don't have a sewer system, then you have to install a backwash recycle and recovery system, which is also very doable, but you need a little bit more space, which is always an issue in a small room like this. So the first question was, could we do it from an application standpoint? And that was a yes. And then the next question was, could we do it from an economic standpoint? So Jim gave us all the water quality data, and the AdEdge process engineers put together a preliminary quotation. We got that over to Jim, and they liked the numbers. Then the next question was, would it fit? So you can see, I don't know, I'm sure you have taken a look at the system here. This is a skid-mounted system, prefabricated, pre-assembled, and it's a very tight footprint here, and the doors are small, but they were able to get this prefabricated system in through the doors, which was great because it was a very simple installation for them. So the old system was ripped out and this new system was put in, and they were able to assemble it and install it very simply. So the economics were good, the fit, physically the fit was good. The backwash had a home, which is key. The application was good. We had experience with the application, which was key for the engineer to recommend it. You know, that's generally what makes for a good application. So we had the successful project, the elements of a successful project. We had a home for the backwash water. We had the economics were good. We had the fit, physical fit. The skid mounting was really key. That was, you know, for this application in particular, the school really didn't have the wherewithal to do a lot of installation, so the installation was very simple, just a couple connections to the pressurized system in and then to the rest of the school out. So the contractor that had to install this had a very simple job, and of course we had the applications experience, which was very critical for them. They checked references were good, and they also, the engineer had a track record with AdEdge where they had put some other systems in and had success in working with AdEdge and the process applications engineers, and so on. So a lot of successful elements to a good project. And as you can see, it fit in nicely. It looks good. Right outside here is the elementary school, which is really pretty impressive that it can fit right in this nice little small space here. And it's about a 50-gallon-a-minute system. The water quality is good, no complaints from the kids or the parents in terms of smelling of eggs since it's been in here. Very low maintenance, which is what they were looking for. No replacement of the media. The media should last about 10 years. The only requirement is pre-chlorination. They don't have to do what they used to have to do, which was replace the media frequently. No real additional expense for the media. Of course, they still have to add chlorine, but they have to do that anyway for disinfection and residual chlorine, which is, you know, a requirement for their water, irrespective of the hydrogen sulfide. So overall, successful application and a very good application for this media.